Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. So in our today's session, we'll see one more concept in cascading style sheets, that is gradients, applying the gradients in CSS. So first let us know about the gradients. What is meant by this gradient? So gradient means applying multiple colors at a time on the web page. So it will apply multiple colors with a smooth transition, is called gradient. And here we are having around three types of gradients. So three types of gradients. So first one is a linear gradient. Second one, radial gradient, and the third one, conic gradient. So first, in this session we will see what is meant by this linear gradient. Actually linear means a line, okay, straight line. So that can be in a horizontal or a vertical or some diagonal position, right? So we will see that linear gradient right now. So coming to this linear gradient, there are two functions to apply the linear gradient. So one is linear hyphen gradient. This is a one function we can apply the gradient, and I will tell you about the parameters then soon. First let me give the functions. Another one is repeating linear gradient. So both hyphens, we have to differentiate all these words with a hyphen. So these are the two functions by which we can apply the gradient filter to our content. So now let us see the syntax of this linear gradient. So linear gradient, and here the first parameter is the direction, so that we can give the direction from which we have to apply the gradient, and here we have to give the color 1 and color 2. And one thing you just remember, so if you want to apply this linear gradient to the content, so there must be at least two colors, that means more than one color we have to specify. So then only we can justify to this particular name gradient, that means applying multiple colors. Multiple colors means more than one color, right? So here minimum we have to give the two different colors. And the direction, so here the direction will be to bottom. So color 1, it starts color 1 here, and let it be. If you apply the same linear gradient for the background image, some content, so color 1 will be here. So color 1 and followed by color 2, right? So that will be in this position from top to bottom. And the second one, to right, so from this position to this position. Okay, so this is color 1 and color 2. And the next one, to bottom right, that means a diagonal position, so in this way. So color 1 and color 2, so this position. So like this we have to give the direction here. Okay, so here it is not restricted to give only two colors, we can give a multiple colors. So here you can extend this one with a color 3 and so on. So we can give a multiple colors, n number of colors you can give, right? So by using all these colors, the linear gradient will be applied. And the first parameter will be the direction. One parameter is a direction, right? So from which direction the color combination should be started. And then one more, so hope you understood this one, and by default this way. So if you are not giving any direction, so by default this will go with a top to bottom. This is a default direction, okay? And the second category, that means in second way of giving this linear gradient, instead of giving the direction, you can give the angle, right? So here the angle can be the degrees, in terms of degrees, right? So you can give some 90 DEG. So this is most important. You have to specify with the letters DEG. DEG stands for degree. So here you can give some 90 DEG. That means 90 degrees. Okay. So 90 degrees, the angle, it will start with the color 1, color 2, color 3, or 45 degrees. So from the 45 degrees, the combination will be started, right? So like this, this is a one more way we can apply the gradient by giving the angle, by specifying the angle, right? So don't worry if you are having any doubts after this syntax explanation. I will execute the same thing in the program, in our computer, and I'll show you how the linear gradients will be applied to the content, right? So first let us complete the syntax here, then we'll go to the system. And then the next one is a transparency. We can also give the transparency. For this transparency, we have to use a function called RGB, and here the intensity of red, intensity of blue, RGB, so intensity of green and intensity of blue, and transparency. Here the T stands for transparency. T stands for a transparency, which is the value will be in between 0 to 1. Okay, so 0 means full transparency, and 1 for no transparency, right? So by using this one, we can apply the transparency also. So here we need to use the same thing, linear gradient, either angle or direction, and instead of colors, color 1, color 2, color 3, we have to use this RGB function. So the intensity of either red or green or blue will be between 0 to 255. The intensity value will be in between 0 to 255, right? So this is one more way, by using the transparency RGB function instead of using the colors. And the last one which we have seen, that is a repeating, right? So we can repeat the same transparency throughout the content. So here the same thing, a repeating linear gradient, and here you can give the direction or angle, whatever it may be, and color 1, and here a color 2 with a percentage, and color 3 with a percentage, and etc. So this is the syntax to apply the repeating linear gradient. So whether it is a linear gradient or repeating linear gradient, this is used to display the multiple colors with a smooth transition, right? So hope you understood the syntaxes, all the syntaxes. Now we'll move on to the system. I'll execute a small code with all these syntaxes. So we'll see applying linear gradient without direction, without angle, with direction, with angle, and also with the transparency, and also we'll see repeating linear gradient function, right? So let's move on to the system.
Hello friends, so just now we have seen the syntax for a linear gradient and a repeating linear gradient. Now we'll see the execution. We'll write a small code and I will show you how the gradients will be applied. So let's go to the notepad and we'll write the basic tags here. So in between the HTML tags we need to write the body, and in the head we have to write the styles and see yes, so style, and again close the style, and after that in the body we have to write down the tags what we want to done, the content, So I'll write here some h1 tag. So h1 id is equal to, I'll go with a gradient id. I'm giving some gradient, and I'll write linear gradient. So just for simple content. So we need to apply the styles for this h1 id. So if you are using the id, we have to start that id with hash symbol. So hash, give the id name, so gradient, whatever the styles we want to apply, we have to write down here. So first let me give the height of this h1. So let it be some 300 pixel, and width, we can go with the 600 pixel, and see background image, and here in this background image I just want to write down the linear gradient. I have to apply the linear gradient. The first one, direction and colors we have to give. So I don't want to give the direction first. I'll go with the colors. So I'll give some blue color and yellow color. Close, and close the braces. Just save this one. I'll save the same thing on desktop with a file name called linear gradient.html. So save this file, and here you can observe the linear gradient. So you can observe here. So the complete red, blue and yellow, we have given a blue and yellow, right? Blue and yellow. So that's why we got the colors, both the colors with a smooth transitions. So you can observe. So after end of the blue, we are getting the yellow. So with a smooth transition, right? Slightly it is, the blue color is fading out, and yellow color is fading in, right? So that is the working of this gradient. Okay, so we can give a red, and we can observe the difference. See, okay, so here you can give the direction, and also you can give multiple values. So I'll give green. See, multiples. Yes, we'll give orange, white, and green. So now you can get a for flag color, right? Or flag, right? So the same thing, you can give the direction here. So by default, as I have said, that the direction will be from top to bottom, right? So top to bottom means first orange, then white, and then green. You can observe top to bottom we are getting orange, white, and green. And then see here, we can write to right. So you can see first orange, white, and green to right, from left to right, and to bottom right, you can see. So this is the bottom right. So first orange, white, and green. So you can get like this. Okay. To left, you can see from this side, left to right. So like that we can. So by default, if you are not giving anything, so by default we'll get top to bottom. So you can increase the width also, height also. If you go with the 600, you can see, yes. So let's move on with the 500. So there will be no scroll. Yes. Okay. So hope you understood. And see another one. Let us take with the one more angle. So which we have done. So I'll change the colors. So we'll go with the red, yellow, and color. Direction. So instead of direction, I'm giving some angle. So I'll give 45 degrees angle. Right? I'm giving only two colors. So only two colors from 45 degrees. This is not from top to bottom, or left to right, or bottom diagonal. So it is a 45 degrees. 45 degrees. Let us take one more thing. So let it be some 60 degrees, and you can feel the difference. So some sort of 60 degrees will be one color and another color, and we can give this one. Okay, and also you can give a multiple colors here. So you can also apply the green here. So So you will get like this, some 60 color. So you can observe some sort of slant. Okay, so you can go with one more color, let it be blue, and you can observe, see. And let us take with the 45 or 90 degrees means vertical, right? I think it will be the vertical 90 degrees. See, this is a vertical, and 45 degrees slight slanting will be there. Slight slanting will be there. You can observe, so slight slanting. Okay, so you can observe the color changes, right? So this is a second one, and also the third one, applying the transparencies. So transparency, if it is 0, there will be full transparency, and if it is 1, there will be no transparency. So here, instead of giving this one, I'll change the colors with the RGB function. So RGB function, and I'll go with the 255, which is the intensity of red, and all the remaining I am giving a zeros. That means only red color, and again RGB, and I'll give green. So green means 0, 255, 0, and again RGB blue, so 0 comma 0 comma 255. So this is, I am giving only colors, I am not giving any transparencies. Okay, here I am giving only colors. So see, this is a transparency, I mean there is no transparency here. So the fourth parameter will be the transparency. It will be in between 0 and 1. I'll give all zeros. All zeros means the full transparent. So 0, I mean red color with full transparency, green color with a full transparency, and a blue color with a full transparency. So obviously we'll get a complete transparency, so it will display only white. Okay, so if you go with a slight change, that means a 0.2 transparency, some 5 transparency, and coming to the blue 0.8 transparency, you can observe there will be the shade. See, 0.8 transparency for the blue, and 0.5 transparency for green, and just a 0.2 transparency of red. So you'll get like this, and even here also you can give 0.2, so that you can feel the same thing. See, yes, this is one more shade. Okay, but here you can observe everything will be in a horizontal or a vertical, complete horizontal or a vertical. So that's why we call this type of gradients as a linear gradients. And again, see, you can give the angles or directions here. So to right, and here you can observe, so from left to right, and also here you can give to right bottom. So it will come with a diagonal. See, it will come with a diagonal to bottom, this side. Okay, so like that we can give the linear gradient. And also we can also, the next type of function is a repeating linear gradient. So that we'll see repeating linear gradient. So let us take the colors first. So I'll take a red color, and I'll give the green color with a 10%, and I'll give some blue color with a 20%. Okay, so now you can see this is a repeating gradient. First red color and a green color with a 10%, and a blue color with a 20%. So we have given it as a repeating, so it will start repeating everything. Okay, it will start repeating with a red color. Okay, red color, it will start repeating with the red color, right? So like this we can apply the gradient, and here also you can give different directions. So to right bottom, so we'll get a diagonal fashion. See, so you can change it as a yellow, different colors we can give a different colors, you can get. Okay, and also you can give here green 10%. We can give a multiple colors. See, you got it with the pink 80%. Okay, so yellow 10%, blue 20%, and pink 80%. Okay, the same thing will be repeated more, right? So like this you can give the repeating linear gradient. We can repeat the gradient, whatever the gradient we are giving. So we can give the percentage of the colors, and you can repeat them. See, you can repeat them. Okay, so this is how we can apply the gradients, right? So this is about a linear gradient, so which will be applying multiple colors with a smooth transitions only in a line format, no curves, only line formats, either vertical or horizontal or a diagonal, right? So hope you understood this one, and if you are having any doubts regarding any one of these functions, any one of these cases, so you can feel free to post your doubts in the comment section. Definitely I will try to clarify all your doubts. If you really enjoyed my session, like my session, share my session with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.